It begins in a boardroom that feels more like a battlefield than a workspace. Glass walls, sleek obsidian black conference table, 11 high-backed chairs lined in ruthless symmetry, 10 men, 1 woman, and at the head, him, the CEO, gray suit, white French cuffs, fingers steepled like the apex of a cathedral. His presence hums with a silent gravity, not a blink, not a twitch, and still, everyone leans in like his very breathing is strategy. He doesn't command the room with volume. He doesn't need to. His silence speaks louder than their shouts ever could. The room adjusts to him. Because he doesn't react. He responds. And when he does, it's surgical, precise, chilling. In a world where people scream to be noticed, he built an empire on never flinching, never cracking, never showing anger. That's what makes him dangerous, because anger is loud, but power, real power, is quiet. His day begins before yours ends. 3:42 a.m. exactly. No alarms, no music, just silence and the soft sound of bare feet on cold marble. While others sleep through their potential, he sits under a dim overhead light, flipping open a black leather notebook. 15 years of entries, each page a war log, not a diary. This is not a man who journals feelings. This is post-mortem. Strategy, situation, outcome, weakness, control. 4 columns, every line, a diagnosis of yesterday. There is no room for outrage in his life, only systems. If it can make him emotional, it can control him. And nothing, absolutely nothing, controls him. At 4:10 a.m., the espresso machine hisses. At 4:12, he's reading briefs, not emails. Emails are noise. While executives across the city argue in Slack threads and wage ego wars in subject lines, he moves in silence. He lets others talk themselves into weakness. Every message he sends is under 10 words. Every call under 5 minutes. His tone never wavers. His pulse rarely changes. Because emotional reactions give others your power, and he doesn't give anything for free. They say a lion doesn't turn when a dog barks. He lives by that rule. April 3rd, 2024. An investor slams the table during a tense quarterly review. "This isn't acceptable," the man barks, voice trembling with self-importance. Everyone turns, except the CEO. He doesn't blink. He checks the time. A beat, then looks up slowly, eyes cold and still. "Are you finished?" he asks, voice flat as steel. The room goes silent. The outburst dies. The investor never speaks like that again. You see, power doesn't shout. It waits. It observes. And when it strikes, it doesn't miss. He knows this. He's built a life around it. Even when betrayed, even when slandered, even when employees leak documents or tabloids run hit pieces with his face pixelated and smeared under digital venom. He doesn't post. He doesn't explain. He doesn't defend. He acts. Quietly, legally, fatally. He moves 3 numbers. He makes 2 calls, restructures an asset, buys a silence, ends a rumor, like chess pieces flicked off the board. Not with emotion, but with control. There's no anger in his office. Not because he's above it, but because he knows emotion is a signal, and signals can be intercepted. He'd rather be unreadable than right, rather be feared than liked. Because when people can't read you, they can't predict you. And unpredictability? That's the ultimate leverage. Every CEO can fire someone, but only the rare few can walk into a storm, speak nothing, and leave the winds changed behind them. Because in a world addicted to noise, the man who builds in silence becomes the one the noise fears most.